Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Second question. These questions are from a friend in France. Is there any work or occupation in the world which is suitable for spiritual life? Swami Ramdas, as a young man, worked in a factory and he was able, as he said, to control his mind, is it not? But it was Ramdas. It is said, who wants the end, they wants the means. Many an Indian saint like Tukaram, Namdev, Kabir, Dalu, Rohidas, Chokkamela, a grocer, trailer, weaver, carder, potter, cobbler, scavenger, even fully engaged in their work, they realized God. To that we may reply, fine, all that was in India and in the 14th century. But we live in the West, in the 21st century. So that is why they are asking which type of job we should get in for spiritual life. Now let us see what the answer is. The question is okay, But what is required is to try to go deeper and understand what spirituality really means. Then on spiritual life. The question was, suitable for spiritual life, which job? Let us try to define what spiritual life. Should we separate it from our normal run of life? No. Spirituality should enter into our workaday life. Right from the moment we get up in the morning till we retire, those effects will be there. So spiritual life is not separate. This is a very important question. It affects every one of us. So let us try to define. Spirituality should enter into our workaday life. Then another interpretation. What is spiritual life? Each one can define in his or her own way. Probably the easy way to understand for a modern thinker is spirituality consists of two aspects. One is creativity and the other is humaneness. Creativity means intelligence. Yeah? Papa here says we have to recognize that beyond the exterior dynamics of the body and mind, there is within man the spirit which is immortal. It is by the power of the spirit that our life is activated in its manifold expressions. In the classroom, hospital, office, marketplace, factory and field, as well as in temple, church and mosque, we should tune ourselves with the spirit. Divine thoughts and feelings should permeate us. There is no divide between spiritual and worldly. Because the spirit is there, whether I am in an ashram or whether I am in the field. Whether I am doing a particular Ramnam or Bhajan or whether I am actually tilling the soil. Spirit is there, with me. At no time it is away from me. The moment it is away, I am not there. Please think about it. At no time, the spirit is away from us. Whether we name it as spiritual or worldly or not, personal or family or what they call professional or social life, whenever we are there, the spirit is there with us. Anything connected with spirit is called spiritual. Now, that is alright, but we are not in a position, our mind does not feel the spirit while working. So there should be some clues. Though the spirit is there, even when I am working in the office, even when I am handling the family affairs, even when I am involved in the social activity, agreed. But I am not aware, So what should be? We should need some clues, some hints. So it has got to consist of two aspects. One is creativity and the other is humaneness. Both should go hand in hand. No field is taboo. No particular period is taboo. Everywhere we try to bring out this creativity in action, but at the same time we should ensure that it is not detrimental to the interest of others. Humaneness. There comes in human values. If these go together, whether we work in a factory, in the field, or as a clerk or an executive, or as a cook or a plumber or electrician or a doctor or a lawyer, in whatever vocation we are, it is possible to bring out. So we don't have to separate or isolate spirituality from the common run of life. Spirituality is nothing but creativity and humaneness. Creativity, as you all know, comes out because of the intelligence behind it. No? The probing nature. Intelligence, absolute. Not the intelligence of something. Everything that we are now seeing, enjoying, just come from that intelligence. And that is why all these things, creativity, you can just see, when we say varied expressions of God, whether this chair, whether this laptop, whether this, what is it called? Flask. Anything, name it, chair, the hall, anything you can say. It is all the intelligence in somebody's mind, came out in the form of creativity. But we should ensure that it is not harmful. It is only beneficial to the humanity. My inventions, my discovery, my innovation should not be detrimental to the interest of anybody else. This is how slowly the spiritual dimension comes in. Because the spirit in me and the spirit in him is same, Think about it. By bringing out the creativity in us, the potentialities in us, we are giving something to the society. When we work in a company, through that company to a wider dimension. Actually, we are not working for the company. It is only a conduit pipe. When you are working on a software, the software reaches out to many people. Unknown people. What we are using every day, even in the ashram office. It has come from the intelligence of so many people around the world. We don't know who is the author. So similarly, the humaneness in us properly relates ourselves with the rest of the creation. Both should go hand in hand. As we keep on doing it, we try to properly connect ourselves with the rest of the creation. Slowly, the inner path will be opened where we will try to know our real inner content, the core of our being. Otherwise, you might ask, why should we love others? Why should I serve others? Why should I ensure that it is not detrimental to others' interests? Then we will try to find out the common denominator. That is why we are connecting ourselves. This common denominator we can call reality, God, love, absolute peace, absolute bliss, absolute intelligence. Buddhir buddhivadhamasmi, tejas tejasmi namahasmi. Bhagavad Gita, when you go back, it becomes, intelligence in the form of creativity. Expressed intelligence is called creativity. Okay. Intelligence becomes expressive through creativity. Think about it. There are some of the thoughts welling up. Anything that we come across, we will try to understand behind that, the intelligence behind it. I should not be merely the beneficiary of all. I should also try to do something. God has given me. Because God is equal. God is equal in everybody. He is not more in somebody, less in somebody. No. Only the revelation is in degree, changes or varies. So each one is vested with some potentiality, some. I will tell you one example which had happened. One thing we were walking. It was on a Padayatra without chappal. It was May month of May, very hot, And in the tar roads, when you put, it will be very hot. One cyclist was coming. He immediately stopped and told me and commanded me to sit on the carrier. I obeyed. He was riding. After 20-30 minutes, there was an upward incline. So I told him, stop. Very difficult for him, So as soon as I got down, I asked him, why did you ask me to join you in this? What is it? Creativity and humaneness. He said, what else can I do? I saw somebody walking on the street without a chappal in this hot sun, and I have only this cycle. All that I can do is to relieve you for some time at least. And what is your profession? I am a puppet making man. You are going to deliver the puppet? Yes. There are limited clients. Every day I prepare and then give up. What is your average income? 8 rupees a day. This had happened in early 80s. 8 rupees a day. Is that sufficient? Absolutely sufficient. Here is a man, leading a spiritual man. Even after nearly 40 years, we remember, the moment we say creativity and humaneness, spirituality in workaday life. He is protective. He brings out puppet. He serves the society. And in his course, he also gets a living, that's all. But he has a fixed customer. That means his credibility has been established. And intelligence is needed to prepare puppet. No. Simply do that, no. You have to prepare the dough. And it should have the, in certain proportion, the ingredients. And he is in the village. All that he has is a cycle. But with all that, when he was traveling, he was looking at a person, humaneness, connecting ourselves with the, as much as possible. We may not be able to connect ourselves with the entire creation. One creation. This is spiritual. Think about it. Everyone can do something, It is not reserved for any particular people. The spiritually branded people. No. For everybody. Somebody asked me this morning whether Mataji was wearing this ochre cloth. He said, no. We have seen in an old photo, she was wearing a black saree. After that, we have only seen her in white saree. Never in an ochre cloth. Never she changed her name. Never she said, I am a sannyasi. But she was more than any of these, So she teaches us, what is spirituality. With no colorization. In Papa's case, at least for some time, he took to outer clothes and then decided to leave it. In Mataji's case, there was nothing like that. The simple white cloth. Even today, everybody, when they go, they will ask Mataji sari. Mataji dropped the body 32 years ago. But still, when we see this white cloth, we say Mataji sari. And we give. We will just place it before Mataji's image and then give it as prasad. Now, when we have to back again. So, spirituality means creativity and humaneness. Spirituality can be defined in so many ways. This is also one of the practical methods through which we can understand spirituality. Not that this is the only way. This is the only way to interpret. No. easy way for us to, modern people, to understand spirituality is creativity on one side, intelligence on the one side, expressed in the form of creativity, and connecting ourselves properly with the rest of the creation called humaneness, human values. Slowly then this will lead. The tangible gain is when we start practicing this, becoming productive and becoming humane. This will slowly we will be led inward to have the glimpse of, or have the first-hand experience of our inner content. We need not think it as an entity. It is in the form of bliss. It is in the form of contentment. It is in the form of joy. We cannot define what it is. That the cyclist, when he asked us to sit on the chariot, just imagine, for a moment he has become one with us. He identified himself with us. Expansion. The spirit in him and the spirit in us, there was a fusion. With no expectation. After that, he has not seen me, I have not seen him. Then think, purest form of love, purest form of seva. He was happy. Something which, so many such incidents through which God is teaching us. What is spirituality? Don't confine spirituality within the four walls of anything. Because he is there everywhere. Whether I am in the street, whether I am in the ashram, whether I am in the office. But this will slowly lead me. And we have been assured by our masters who have scaled the heights that once we have a glimpse of it, we will steadfastly pursue and we will slowly start seeing the inner content in everything and everybody that comes out in the form of a harmonious relationship. So we try to see the creator in the creation also. All these things will, in the chronological order, it will go one by one. So we start with creativity and humaneness. Then it will slowly, percolate into our thinking system and then expand and reduce the me and mine and enable us to have a glimpse of the inner content. The joy, it is something we cannot define. Spiritual life ultimately culminates in this realization. Seeing the creator in the creation. Let us be very clear that no field is taboo. All that we have to ensure is that whatever we create or produce should not be detrimental to the interest of others. If it is so, we will drop it. If it is not so, we will bring it out. Thus we see that spirituality is creativity and humaneness. If we are clear about this, we can bring in the spiritual dimension in everything. It's probably, to some it may be a new seed of thought. Creativity comes out of intelligence. And when it comes out, it is not limited to one individual or two individuals. It is, the beneficiary is the whole society. Think. Whether it is, the upma or the dosha or the idli or the chutney or the sambar, the person who, out of creativity, when he brought it out, today, how many of us are enjoying it? And if that person is there, he will definitely be there. But if he is alive and see that we are all enjoying it, how happy he will be. Chapati, tepla, new ideas, Think about it. I am not joking. See, anything, we consider it certain things as high and low. Nothing is high or low. Everything is, whether it is tiniest or the grossest, each one, each object, each and every creation, each and every form of creativity is a source of joy to us. Medicine, you take that. How many people have... The only thing is, it should not be injurious. That is why in the allopathic medicine they will write the side effects. Because certain people having this problem, they should not take it. Ecology and concern is there. This is a remedy for certain things, but at the same time, the side effects are also there. We are warned. In the case of Ayurvedic or homeopathy, probably the risk is less. But for quick recovery, we need modern medicine also. So there we find, they have defined. So that means the care and concern for others is also there. Remain. Creativity is also there. And what is the benefit? When I am sick, when I take it, I become all right. So how many? You take up anything, anything. Education. Mastering in different subjects. You might be knowing that there is a PhD, after the master's degree. Why is it so? Because those in whom the creativity is touched and kindled, they bring out new ideas of their own. They work for 2 or 3 years and then bring out a new facet which is not there. And that will be gone through by a panel of experts, and it's a new idea you are giving to the society. And they award PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. So these are going on. Otherwise, what was there in 100 years, it will be there after 100 years. Every time we want changes. That means that which is useful for our changing society. So many factors are responsible for our changes. So similarly, our lifestyle also should get changed. If the lifestyle should get changed, we need new things. So creativity should be there. If the creativity button is stopped, just imagine what will happen. We cannot remember. Suppose it was in 50s, what was the creativity? Suppose it is stopped. It won't be stopped. But if it is stopped, just for argument's sake, we will not be able to lead a comfortable life. Yesterday somebody was telling the mixie has gone out of order. There was a time when there was no mixie. But now when wife and husband goes to the office at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, naturally they will not be having time to do the grinding, usual traditional way of grinding. So somebody thought about mixie. In 5 minutes or 10 minutes you can grind the whole thing. So like that, the intelligence came out in the form of creativity, and the creativity brought out so many future comforts. It is helping the humanity. You and I are every day making use of it. So finally the question comes back again, is there any work or occupation in the world which is suitable for spiritual life? Now we know every work. He himself says, many of our Bhaktotamas were tailor, grocer, weaver, carder, potter, cobbler, scavenger. So in any field of work, they were excelling. They were bringing it out, from the clay to make it as a pot. You need creativity. From a piece of cloth to have a shirt made, you need creativity. Think about it. Somehow, we have got some concept about spirituality, which is blocking us to make us understand real spirituality. We are all leading a spiritual life. The only thing is the focus should be on humaneness and creativity. So whatever work we do, whatever thing we are involved, we try to bring out this as much as possible. Think about it and look back to your own life. Suddenly we will find, oh, this is spirituality. When Papa wrote this, probably we would have just imagine, we will again read that. In simple words, we have to recognize that beyond the exterior dynamics of the body and mind, there is within man the spirit which is immortal. It is by the power of the spirit that our life is activated in its manifold expressions. In the classroom, as a student and the teacher, hospital, doctor and the patient, doctor, patient, paramedical staff, everybody. In office, boss, subordinate, executive, menial, clerical, marketplace, the producer, the trader, the consumer, factory, right from the factory manager, right from the raw material, right from the machinery, right from the person who does the processing, and field where we cultivate, rice, vegetables, this and that, so many things we cultivate from the field, the farmer. The tools. And good old days, we were tilling the soil with bullocks. Nowadays there may be tractors and tillers, that's all. In all this, we should tune ourselves with the spirit. So what does it mean? There is no taboo. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are involved in, the moment we bring in the spiritual dimension, we are leading it. Even otherwise we are leading a spiritual life, but we are knowingly leading a spiritual life. Otherwise we will be leading our life. My life. But the moment we start knowing this, we are leading spiritual. Though we are all leading spiritual life, we don't recognize spiritual life, my life. That dimension gets focused. These are all clues given to us by Papa that we should, he writes always, he says always, we should have the right concept at the beginning of anything. That is why he said be reflective and contemplative. At the superficial level, we may not be able to understand it. But go deeper. What is preventing us is, right from childhood, we have formed certain concepts about God, spiritual life, austerities, renunciation, sannyas, so many concepts. Probably at some stage that was necessary. Otherwise we will not be able to appreciate now. But we have to outgrow everything, Our whole, even our so-called worldly life is a growth. So similarly, our growing should be there. At one time it was necessary to initiate us into this field, into this line of thinking. But we don't get stuck there. Just like the other day we said, to reach college life, you have to leave the school life. But college life does not say that school life is bad. I don't know now. Previously, there was ESLC and then SLC. After 8th standard, government used to conduct public examination. When somebody comes out of that ESLC, he can go for teacher's training, and then they will be the teachers up to 5th standard. And after secondary, after SSLC, suppose they go in for, they can take classes throughout the high school. But both are called teachers, Lower primary teachers, upper primary teachers, only for the sake of administration we say that. But it is not an upper grade or a lower grade. Because the teachers, the students up to 5th standard need one type of learning, one type of study. After that, from 5th to 11th, another type. So two methods are necessary. And so two methods in teaching are found necessary. We don't know now what it is. So it is not that we still remember our lower primary school teachers, One of our devotees in Calicut, they took us to his home, to the school where his son studied. His son was also with us. The son is about now 20-25 years. So as soon as we entered the school, 2-3 people came out. One teacher started running towards this boy, and hugged him. I can see that. Then he immediately go down and touch her feet. Then I asked her. She was my second class teacher. Right from that, then the teacher said, "He is my child." Relation between the teacher and the child, Though he is grown up now, he is of himself, he is an individual by himself, but still the relationship maintained. All these things teach us, nobody is lesser important, nobody is more important. Each one has got their own place. Why did we bring in this? To say that spirituality is there in any profession, at any level. There is no different level. Wherever we bring in this humaneness, love, wherever we bring in this creativity, there we are expressing directly spirituality. Knowingly we do it, we enjoy it. Unknowingly we do it, it's part of our life. That's all. I take some credit when somebody pats on my back, that's all. And if somebody doesn't recognize, I feel hurt, offended. But suppose we take it as a creativity given to us by him, we will not be affected. We will not accept. Probably the other side he has not understood that view. So these are all some of the points today came up. Yesterday what was yesterday's topic? Grumblings and complaints. How to free these are all very important in our everyday life, How to free ourselves from grumblings and complaints. So yesterday the answer was that if we try to know what all we have, we will minimize in thinking what we don't have. And that is the only way by which, we feel complete, we feel happy. And today, what is the venue, what is the occasion where we have to involve for spiritual progress? Today also it says, spirituality is, Papa's simple word, spirituality that cannot be applied in actual life is no spirituality. All these things are condensed or captured in one word of Papa, one sentence. Spirituality that cannot be applied in actual life is no spirituality. So to bring in this dimension, we have been given Ram Nam. So Ram Nam should enable us to stretch the spiritual dimension in all that we think, in all that we talk, in all that we do. So while chanting, let us try to remember these dimensions. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai. Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Pranam, Namaskaram.